Anybody out there?
And now, live from Manchester,
Hello to you all from the north.
You finally made it.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. A bit of trouble down in the big smoke.
Right.
And it's daft, you know, when you have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're late, but you've got to be somewhere at 10 o'clock at night and you're late.
So unforgivable.
You feel a bit stupid.
Extremely dubious, it is indeed. So, Sean, what have you got for us tonight now you're finally here?
What have you got? Well, I've been doing a bit of work. I've been up and down the country, gigging as usual.
Right.
And I've been sitting about doing some thinking.
Oh, really?
And I've come up with some new inventions. Do you want to hear them now?
Nah, just tease us.
Just tease. Well, I've got this box, right, which is, I reckon is the perfect product. It's the greatest product ever made.
Right. Okay, so we've got some inventions
and some really searing indictments on the way we live today.
Right.
Sharp, and to sort of shatter the ivory towers which the oh-so-clever ones look down at us laughing from their mighty charges.
Yeah.
Just some nonsense, really.
Right, okay then. Right, Sean, so we'll hit the inventions after a couple of cogitating inventions then.
Yeah, I've been sitting around and I've come up with a few, and my latest one is this box, right, and it emits different high-frequency sound waves.
Right.
That, you know, we can't hear, but animals can.
Uh-huh.
It's got loads of different functions. Like, one of them is you could take it into your town. Say there's a statue in the middle of your town.
Yeah.
You just put it down, turn it on, and it attracts pigeons to fly around it and crap everywhere.
Right.
Which is
quite handy, isn't it?
Yeah, if that's what you want, you know.
Because, of course, like statues in town centres, it's notably absent, isn't it? Pigeon crap from most of them. So it's a good device.
A lot of people, you know, sneer at science, but it does work.
Yeah.
And it's got other uses, like it can play Radio 1 to dogs, so they can enjoy it as well. You know,
brilliant.
Keep them off the pavements.
Yeah.
And push the listening figures up, of course, wouldn't it?
Would do, yeah.
Send them soaring. And it can be used as a weapon. On its MTB frequency. You flick onto MTB frequency, and what it does is you put it in your enemy's house, and it plays Tijuana brass into the earth. You know, like ba 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 ba.
Right.
And what that does, it attracts all the moles. You know.
Oh, what are they? Big Herb Alpert fans?
Yeah, it's perfect burrowing music, isn't it? And they just burrow around on
just the right rhythm, innit? Go sit him on Wind of the Willows and that, and he's doing it about that sort of tempo.
Imagine their little arms going. And
then when they come, but that's when they come out the top, innit? Just that's the last bit. And they burst out, don't they?
And then back down again.
That's it, yeah.
And of course, you get so many moles attracted to one area that eventually the foundations will weaken, you get subsidence, and the house prices will drop.
That's brilliant then, isn't it?
Perfect way to get back at your enemies.
It really is.
And also it can be used as an aphrodisiac, as what I've worked out. What you do is, say you're romantically lying on a riverbank with somebody you really fancy, but you haven't got
lying on a riverbank with a mole.
No. Forget the moles.
Oh, right, we're past
moles. That's a completely different department.
Well, it was riverbank, you see.
Because I led you down a bit of a cul-de-sac there.
Hole.
A mole. What's a mole hole called?
Not called a burrow, is it not?
No, that's it might be, mightn't it?
Might be.
Anyway.
That does it.
You're like you were there with somebody, you're a bit nervous, you don't know how to make the first move. What you do is you flick it onto this frequency that it turns on all the butterflies. The butterflies like it. Wow, and they all come around, they all land on your face, make you look more attractive.
Right, and especially if you could train them to land on your spots.
Yeah.
Especially the pussy ones.
Because everyone likes butterflies, don't they?
Oh, they do, and it'd be like that advert with the, what's that rabbit? Is it caramel or caramel or something? Where like there's that sexy rabbit in the forest, and there's all butterflies.
I hold my hand up to that.
Right, do you?
I do have a bit of a penchant for that rabbit, even though it is a cartoon.
Yeah. I know there's nothing wrong with it.
Gets me going. But also, it can be used as a heavier aphrodisiac, you know, if you really want to suggest something a bit naughty, you're sitting on a bench, you flick it onto this other one, it's like a dog's aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there with somebody and it attracts all the dogs, they come around mating, and you can just sort of suggestively go, well, what shall we do then?
It's a brilliant idea. Have you got a name for this invention?
No, that's what I was hoping, you know, you could help me with.
Right. Well, I'll have to have a think about that.
At the moment, I've just got the high-frequency box.
That's good, though. It tells you sort of what it is, doesn't it? Will it be about the same size as that high-frequency box in front of you there?
Exactly.
See, like, if you turn that knob there, the bottom right-hand knob, turn that right round.
Yeah.
Right. Keep going. There you go. You put your headphones on.
Right.
You'll hear it. It's there. See, and wiggle the big knob in the middle.
Well, you're really careful, because that's on wasp frequency.
Right. Well, turn it up, you see, in the middle there.
Whoa!
Hey?
Anyway.
Yes, inventions.
Well, inventions. They're sort of inventions. They're inventions of sorts. But I've been always trying to find a use for dandruff because everyone's got loads of it. It just falls out all over the place. Nobody never knows what to do with it, do they?
Right.
Well, I've come up with a use for dandruff. Punishment for prisoners, like murderers and like really serious criminals. What you do is you go in their cell with a big bag of dandruff, chuck it to them and go, there you go, mate, it's a jigsaw. It's a jigsaw on my scalp. I want it done in the next hour. That'd be it. They'd be going, ah. And they put it together and go, no, that's not my head. That's...
People on cruises.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do on cruises, is there?
Yeah. Scalp dandruff jigsaws.
Brilliant.
Another invention I've come up with is an indoor windmill that is powered by sighs. So, you're sitting around at home bored, just going, oh, God. Oh, imagine all those ones you do in a day. That could power a toaster, couldn't it? Yeah. Right. And it would work off burps and farts.
Right.
And then you'd get rid of that whole sort of social awkwardness about farting. Should you just try and discreetly get rid of it? No, with this new indoor windmill, you just stroll over to it, let rip, and everyone cheers and goes, hooray, 20 pence off electricity bill.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and also, it'd be great if you entertain a lot, like your diplomat's wife. You'd save a fortune, wouldn't you? You know, some of the gear they eat, them posh diplomats, they really get some brewing up.
Absolutely.
But my real ambition as an inventor is to build a machine that can prove whether God exists or not. You know, that's the crux, isn't it? That's the real machine.
That's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
That's the big one. And, the reason I want it is so, you know, when Jehovah's Witnesses come round to, like, tell you about God and read your meter.
Yeah.
That's me, because they merged in my area. Jehovah's Witness and the gas board, they merged.
That's privatised utilities for you, eh?
Yeah. So they actually, the Jehovah's Witness fought a very strong competition for the franchise from two double glazing companies and the Eggman. They got through. And so the great thing is, if you had this machine, right, and then they come around and they say, how do you feel about God? You say, well, I've got some really bad news for you, actually, because he doesn't exist. You're wasting your time. And I've got the equipment out back to prove it.
Right. And
it'd be great to take them back there, wouldn't it? And you've got some machine.
It's a fantastic idea.
It is a great idea, isn't it? If only you could invent the machine. I thought maybe the electric
That's the only flaw in that plan up to now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the only flaw in most of my plans, actually. Is there just vague little synapses connecting in my head and nothing that's actually been built.
Right, so you've not even built like a cabinet for it or anything? Yeah.
No, I built a shed for it.
Yeah, obviously. Because you start with the box, don't you? I mean, the invention comes later, you start with the package and all that.
But actually, you'd need like a massive big work for a machine that works out whether God exists or not. It'd have to be enormous, wouldn't it?
I don't know, that's a pretty deep contemplation, that, Sean. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a good plan.
Thanks, Mark.
That it then?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got, what about also I've been going to the kids' market, children's entertainment. A lot of kids I've been speaking to recently in parks have been saying, they're fed up with bouncy castles. So I've come up with a range of bouncy hospitals, restaurants and dry cleaners, you know, just for a change. And the most popular one seems to be a bouncy pet shop with real pets.
Right.
But it's a bit messy, obviously.
Right. Okay, nice invention. Patent pending for all these things.
Oh, and...
Yeah, sorry.
I've been making breathing apparatus for trout farmers. That's just a sideline there.
Right,
I don't expect that to take off.
in contrast to all the other ideas.
Yeah.
Who, of course, are absolute surefire winners. Sean Locke, inventor of this parish. As I say, we've got a couple of spiders.